Welcome back. We're gonna try to do a fade in. I'm not sure if it worked out or if I did it even remotely long enough. Also, Game of Thrones has gone on its way at this point. So, I mean, that's fair because all of the memes here are very delayed because nature of me uploading these. But also, if I wanted to do this properly, I would film these like once every 3 weeks, and then when the next one goes up, I just edit it, boom, and throw it out. But no, I film like 2 or 3 in a row, like I'm doing today. Yeah. So it ends up just being like, I can't unless I throw all these out at once, which would be terrible. Heartburn. You know what's the best thing ever is when you have like a sweater on and then you put on headphones, like over-ear headphones, and then they compress the nice cloth into your ears, and it just feels the best. I'm loopy right now. I just drank a lot of water and my body was clearly dehydrated. My body's like, oh my god, we're not used to being normal like this. Oh, okay, so this is something. I didn't know what uwu was. Apparently it's a whole thing where it's like anime cuteness weirdness, which I feel disappointed myself that I didn't know, because usually I'm pretty, with anything with anime, I'm pretty on point with. The whole cuteness is where it kind of goes to shit. But yeah, apparently it means something like cuteness. And yep, if you guys were like, how do you not know this? And I was like, you know what? Leave me alone. Just fucking relax, okay? Memes. Dank memes, Filthy Frank. I'm so confused. What? Is this like just a keyword search or trying to... Okay, I'm confused. Oh my god! Goth, sleep deprived. Oh, okay, I see. It's not goth, but sleep deprived. Guys, I was thinking about this the other day, and maybe it's just me, but I think there's certain people that, like, for whatever reason, and I'm one of these people as well, but the prospect of goth and or tomboy is like super appealing. Like, for whatever reason, whenever, like, when there's an anime where there's like a bunch of waifus, the one that's either of those is, like, for me, A-grade stuff. Also, childhood friend, I'm just that guy in general. I'm with that person 100%, just because you've known them for so long and you developed a relationship. Anyways, but I was thinking about that, and a lot of people grow up watching certain shows, and a lot of the caricatures in those shows are like goth person. Like, one of the things that's more recent is like Danny Phantom, or his like best bro friend is a woman, but also happens to be goth. And then you go back further, and there's a bunch of these kid shows that always have these main characters. So I think it's installed in us to find some sort of liking to this. Also, if you think about, like, when you're a kid, what's the like when you're not in puberty, but you're before then, in that young age, I think you were way more attracted to a friend and or someone you could like hang out with than you are attracted to necessarily physical beauty, like which is shown in like magazines and models and stuff like that. So yeah, if you take what a kid would look for in a partner or a person, it's usually someone to hang out with and to have fun with and that they enjoy being around. And then when you get older and you hit puberty, you start seeing a model and all these other things and all these like unrealistic expectations for beauty. But I just find it funny that is like, that one seems way more like genuine. Like the kid inside, he's like, I just want someone who like makes me laugh and I can hang out with and we can do things with, and that we both like enjoys doing those things with. That's kind of it. That's all I kind of want. And I'll be honest, I'm in that camp too. But I also, good stuff, great, really well endowed. Okay. My dad wants to surprise my little sister with a Disney World by making her do a word puzzle. She got stuck here. We're going to die. Well, also, why do you gotta ruin it like that? That does ruin it. Solid ruin it. Which, like, we're gonna go do something fun, but also, fuck you. You're gonna have to wait and play my games, my antics, in order to get this gain. Said the person that never went to the goddamn Disneyland. We just went to Portugal and Spain and Italy, which was honestly way better because you get to see the world and the cultures and all this. It was great. We only did it once because we're poor, but still. Is everything okay, PlayStation? Build your dream rig using thousands of official parts from big name manufacturers in PC simulations, out now for PS4. PlayStation PC building simulator. Are you okay, PC? Well, I mean, honestly, I think PlayStation has a hard lock on their thing, like, especially with how much a PC costs. But then again, if you do the math properly and you realize that you use this thing for everything you do, it'd be not bad to have an actually well-functioning version of it. Listen, guys, I'm gonna crawl on my skin now. I thought it would be okay. I wasn't okay. Oh, I wasn't okay. Don't you look at my belly, you freaks. Stop. All right. Mount. How could you couldn't see anything unless you're riding at the no, you could still not see anything. Well, when you ask Putin how many years he's going to be president of Russia, 8, psych, unlimited, infinity, otherwise known as infinity. Well, he still has to like age, yeah, and he's like 80. That was something that kind of surprised me, is that like apparently, yeah, you have to be like a certain age to run for president or whatever. You can't just like, yeah, you have to be an old, jaded man. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, but that's just also one of those things. What if you're just a super genius? You know, what about that? What if you're just like a really clever person that's been reading books his entire life, and then you have some asshole who just did nothing besides have a lifetime of making connections, and actually doesn't know how to do any job which would be needed to be president. Here we go. I swear there's gonna be a stupid trend called entering Area 51 challenge. The internet 2 years later. That's 2 years old. That can't be real. All he was off by one word. Entering, not raiding. Half pass. Half pass. Half time traveler. Time traveler with some sort of memory loss. We'll be right back. Oh, is it a JoJo thing where like pause it and it's like bane? I don't know what that's not right. Forgive me. Something big just slammed into Jupiter. I don't know what that is, but okay. Barbara be like, turn your head. It just clicked in my head. Yeah, I feel that for sure. Goddamn people being mean as hell. I told you guys about the time when like a barber cut my like fucked up bad. It was a whole thing. What do you call it? It was hilarious because she did a double take. So she was like zzz, zzz, and just going to town, and then eventually she's like zzz. And then like I seen her do that like shift thing where she's like and I was just like and I'm just sitting here, little tiny polite grin, being like, she cut my head. I feel wind on my head. Well, and then she just went about her business, didn't mention anything. And then I what do you call it? My dad paid. I left. I went like this, and I was like, she cut my head, the back of my head a little bit. And my dad was just like, why didn't you say anything while we were there? We could have maybe gotten something done or fixed, or maybe she could have blended it more. And I was just like, I didn't want the problem, Dad. I just want to go. I'm already sad because I like my hair being somewhat in order. Which, you know, who knows? Maybe the future is just gonna be like, guess what, motherfucker? Hair loss. Pow, 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 pow. If that's the case, I'm just never gonna shave my beard. Just gonna get a giant fucking disgusting beard and just be bald. And it'll be bad, for sure. It won't be great, but it'll be a future that I'll have to accept. And you will too. Me explaining how Oryx is technically transgender. The casual player in my clan. Yeah, the Book of Sorrows and Destiny lore things. I actually know that too. It's a weird bit of business. Because yeah, with that being said, like literally all of the hive come from like maggot-like worms. And you get more powerful or something by eating and ingesting these worms. It's a lot, and I'm not even sure if that's correct. I listened to it like a year ago when I was playing Destiny while I was doing it, so I was half paying attention, and yeah. When you're depressed, but cope with it by working out. I mean, this is a little too real, honestly, but also, I mean, hey, yeah, you do need, there's a lot here. There's like one, it's like, yes, this absolutely is the case. It will deliver dopamine to your brain. But it does take a little bit of time and consistency for your brain to realize that this is good for your body. So at first it may be really terrible, but if you push through that, and it's going to be not as terrible, and then it's going to be amazing. But yeah, for people that err on the more sorrow-filled side of things, exercise can definitely be nothing but gains. or storks, whatever it is. It's time for you to look inward and begin to ask yourself the big question. When an anime character watches Habababa, are they watching Hababa or regular Papa? It's regular. Yeah, it's right. What do I think? It's regular, of course, because we're not special. What? It's like when an alien comes down, they're gonna be like, "You're alien. We're not aliens. You're the alien thing here." It's perspective based. The word cop. We got all calls that you had pot in your car. Me pulls out flower pot, and you mean this? Laughs. My mistake. What are you growing? Me. We. Yikes. Just yikes. I gotta stream in how long? We're fine. We're fine. I got an hour to get everything ready to film our little clip of being like, what's up, guys? But also, that's a thing and a half as well. I've been talking the whole day. I made some Borderlands videos today, and now bang, I'm gonna go stream for an hour and just rip my throat apart because you gotta talk for hours on end and try not to be a miserable bastard. And it's just a challenging bit of business. Aliens, 2019, pow! This is the circle of life. When you go incognito mode for the third time in the night, your meat, incognito mode. Your FBI agent wondering what's going on. I hate you, Dad. You call this. I love you, Dad. Reverse psychology. It works every time. I'm so confused. I don't get it at all. I'm trying to think about it. I get it now. Wait, they outlawed guns and I turned my guns in like they wanted. You can't do this. It's illegal. What a dumbass. And the command? And the command. Don't tell anyone, okay? A few minutes later, 10 million views. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. And together we will rise. Rise. Let us pray. Ramen? What is that for? I don't know what ramen is. It kind of ruined it. I know what ramen. I know what ramen is, like the food. I just don't know what that's trying to say. Like let us pray. Let us pray. Is let us pray. Ramen? Yeah, man? Is that what it is? Yeah, man? Yeah, man. Ramen. Yeah, man. Maybe. I don't know. That one had to put me pump the brakes. Ruined the joke a little. When you're having a great time gaming, then it's 4 a.m. and you freak out. Yeah, they've been there. It's not great. And then you frantically try to sleep, and then you look over and it's 8 a.m. and you're like, I don't know what I am. Main quest. Whatever the fuck I'm doing. Yes. Well done. Oh, I need to make coffee. I can't wait for Borderlands, dude. I'm gonna play so many side quests and forget so hard about the main quest. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great. Savage, no smoking. We know your life has no value, but petrol is extremely expensive. Well, I'll be honest, that's fair. I would see that sign and be like, fair enough. 48% of gamers are women. Well, if you count playing with my feelings as the game. Oh. I'm sorry, just the way I read it made me feel like an asshole. Good times. Where's that statistic? Is that the case? If that is the case, then why don't games like games that are like targeted towards having like a male or a female protagonist sell well? What would make more sense is that, and I don't know anything, just to clarify, what would make some sense to me at least would be that females tend to lean on like competitive / cooperative games because I don't know, some studies I read a couple years back showed that females are more social driven, like if they want to interact with people and have relationships, like friendships and whatnot, rather than dudes who are more materialistic. Which I'm not sure if that's like a shitty statement for dudes, you know? like oh, I'd rather have a car than a good friend. It's like, what the fuck? No. Holy shit, I love it. This is a lot. Oh, so look at the air that one girl got. Fucking good for you. Jesus Christ. NBA players are jealous. Christ. You don't have to drive me to work. I wasn't going to play hooky on my first day. Well, that's not what you told Bobby. Your boy is a liar and a blabbermouth. When my alarm goes off in the morning, dish some bullshit. I'm one of those weird people. Whenever like I get waken up, I'm up, but then my brain will dissolve again. But it's like for a split second, I'm the most awake I could ever be. So I'm dead asleep, and then I hear my alarm go off, and I'm like, boom, and I'm out. I'm just like, which is also terrible because I have to set like 7 alarms so my body realizes, oh, I need to get up and do something. But ladies and gentlemen, let's end this on just a wholesome bit of business. Or The Rock. Okay. All right. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I'm off to go stream. Oh, we streamed Let It Die on Monday, or not Monday, Friday, which is what we usually do, and now we're off to stream Dauntless on Saturday, which is awesome because it's a very community-driven game, and it's always fun. Yeah. I also spent the whole day this morning, just side note, reviewing Amara's skill tree so I can make a video about it, only for it to really not do well, but it's fine. It's actually, it hurts me a lot, but it'll all work out. Or it won't, and I'll just be sad, but moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Subscribe button above me, 2 videos to my right, as well as a little subscribe button right to my further right. Just in case you're new, if you are new, I don't deserve you, but thank you for giving me any single drop of time. Thank you again, and goodbye.